Hello, this is Kyle. So for the first time since 1994, the Formula 1 World Champion will not be returning to defend that title, which means of course that we'll finally get to see the return of the number 0. No wait, new numbering system. Doesn't work like that anymore. Oh well, never mind. So much to the disgruntlement of Niki Lauda, Rosberg announced his retirement after winning the championship and promptly sent the driver market into absolute meltdown. At the time of recording this, it has not been yet confirmed for definite who Hamilton's new teammate will be, but with Felipe Massa expected to come out of retirement for Williams, I'd say the chances of it being Valtteri Bottas are looking pretty high. That is a potential driver lineup I'm very excited about, as indeed I'm very excited for 2017 in general. Part of the reason for that is the new regulations, not just because they will make the cars look nice, which I'm sure they will, but because the regulations are likely to mix things up a bit. Now I'm certainly not declaring that the new rules are going to fix F1 or any nonsense like that. I mean, I still maintain that F1 was never broken to begin with. 2016 was a very exciting, entertaining year, as was 2015. However, I do predict that a combination of the retirement of Rosberg and the new regulations will create a sort of power vacuum at the front, with all the big teams, including Ferrari and Red Bull, possibly being pulled in. The prospect of a new champion is not out of the question either, in the form of Bottas or Daniel Ricciardo or maybe Max Verstappen. Of course, if it were Verstappen, that would break the record for youngest champion by quite some margin, but if anyone can do it, it's Max. Undoubtedly the dark horse for 2017 has got to be McLaren Honda. With the rule changes, this might finally be their chance to get it right. Going back to Rosberg, I do believe that there is a certain amount of honour in staying to defend a title. It doesn't take anything at all away from what he has achieved, but it is a shame for Rosberg's fans to not get to see him participate as the reigning champion. Clearly though, he has his priorities and there are things in life that he values more, and I can appreciate that. But that's enough about Rosberg. I don't know about you, but I'm bored of talking about him now. I want to talk about another driver, the Italian Gabriele Tarquini, who recently won the 2016 World Touring Car Championship race of Qatar. Now, you might be thinking, what does this have to do with anything? He's not even an F1 driver. Well, as a matter of fact, he is, or rather he was. This is a picture from the 1987 San Marino Grand Prix. Same driver, Gabriele Tarquini, making his F1 debut for Osella, one of the numerous little Italian teams to grace the rear end of the grid in the 1980s and early 90s. But it would lead to many more Grand Prix, with Cologne, AGS, and perhaps most notably Tyrrell, among others. It wasn't the most lucrative Grand Prix career, with only 1 point scored in those years and many failures to qualify, but just being able to stay on the Formula 1 entry list for several years is an enormous achievement for any racing driver. To underline his credentials, he entered the British Touring Car Championship in 1994 for Alfa Romeo and took the title first time out. He later added a World Touring Car Championship crown in 2009, making him the oldest FIA World Champion in history. Since then, he has continued to participate in the series, racing for Lada in 2016. With all of that in consideration, let's look back once more to Nico Rosberg, retiring at 31 years of age. Now, if he feels that he has very good reasons for not returning next season, then fair enough. But all I'm saying is that it is possible. You have guys like Tarquini, aged 54, still competing on the world stage. Admittedly, there are those who will say that the WTCC isn't what it used to be, but the point is that after all this time, he is still there with a manufacturer-funded drive, and he is still winning. Now that deserves real respect. Don't forget to check out my website and my Facebook page, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.